Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara, coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today I'm going to be coloring out of the book Freak Show by Deborah Muller. And we are going to be doing Cyclops Baby Boo. I'm actually doing this as a buddy color, and my buddy has hers done already, and I'm a bit behind. So I've got my Shuttle Art alcohol markers, and these are the ones that I'm going to use. These you can find the exact same markers under different names. The ones that I have here, the Shuttle Art, they have the exact same numbering system as the Ohuhus, the Touch News, and the Touch 5s, and probably quite a few others. If you want to use the same set as what I'm using, I'll just call out some numbers here for you to check on your own. 36 is cream. 82 is light violet. 45 is Canaria yellow, and one more. 48 is yellow green. So if your codes work out the same as those, then you have the same numbering system as me. And for a change, I'm going to, I've got hairs on the book. I shed like a cat. Oh, my hair is so thick and long. So yeah, for a change, I'm going to call out the numbers while I'm coloring, and so you can color along if you want to. You can pause now and go get your stuff, or you can just watch and color your own picture, whatever you want to color. So usually I start with skin, and we don't have a heck of a lot of it in here, so now I'm just wondering if this bit right here would be, so that's the pupil, this is the iris, oh, and that's the white of the eye. So yeah, there's no skin. No skin. Alright, so for skin, I'm going to use, where's my piece of scrap paper? Here's a piece. I have my swatch beside me, but for some reason I just don't want to. Oh, that's a bit light. Let me look at it. Okay, we'll use 135 pale creamy pink. 135, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to use the bullet tip because all I've got to do here is hands and feet, and I'm going to zoom you in a little bit more than usual here so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll just keep an eye on it so that you stay in the screen. I have such a hard time doing that when we're zoomed in. How's that going? Yeah, that's fine. So these are little pieces, and we just don't need to do any special method of coloring them. Oh, I've forgotten to put a backing behind. Good thing. Oh, man. I have a habit of doing that these days. I mean, I always use a blotter, and yet I am forgetting it so many times these days. I either color a tiny little bit and then I remember, or I'm just about to put the pen down and I remember. So far I haven't wrecked anything, but Guess my mind is just a little frazzled these days. Had a really bad week last week with the level of my pain. So, oh, yeah, here. And then her neck. I'm going to feel weird leaving that white. Oh, okay, I guess this would be her lid because she would blink down. So this part would be skin. Okay, I'm a book turner. There. So that's the skin done. This is some crazy picture, but I love it. And I always keep my colors out in case I need them again. So well, let's get that eye seam too. So we need 120, which is black. So let's color in this. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for a little bit here because concentrate to go around corners. I mean to go around circles. I can tell that this is gonna be a bad day for words. I'm pretty good today. I can like move. I'm up, so that's a bonus. And the weather is finally not overcast and gloomy. It's been warm the last few days, 18 to, I don't know what the high has been, 23, maybe 18 to 23 over the last few days. But we had 2 days in a row where it did nothing but rain, and it was still warm, so of course it got humid. And then we had a day where it was hot, no rain, but it was overcast all day. Now what color are we going to do her eye? I don't know if my 2-color eye thing is going to work on this because it's so big. Well, I guess all we can do is try, isn't it? I'm going to do that first because if I don't like it, I can go over the whole thing with the dark color. Okay, so what colors are we going to do her eye? Let's see, yesterday I did a green and yellow and I quite liked that. Okay, so we're going to use 172 Spectrum Green. I don't know if I put them up there, you can read them. I cannot tell if that's in focus or not, folks. I think it'd be better if I just tell you. And where's that Canaria? Here we are. 45 Canaria Yellow. So this is how I do my eyes. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Usually they're smaller and I use the bullet tip, but since this one is so big, we're going to use the chisel. So I draw a line that's about 3/4 of the way down the pupil. Then we color in the top part of the eye, of the iris. And you can put together any 2 colors that you think will look nice together. Beside each other. So I could have gone with making her creepy by using like black and red, or red and yellow. But I think she's creepy enough just having an eye for a head. And she is so sweet and pretty here. Okay, so then we're going to use 45 Canaria Yellow. And now what we're going to do is we're going to blend into this. Now this isn't going to blend too well at this stage. Okay, and then the color at the bottom. And we blend in at this stage. Now when you're using cheap alcohol markers, they do not blend like high-end ones do. So what we're going to do is keep our tops off. Now for a normal eye, remember you're going to be using your bullet tips, not these chisels. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with green and go over that line. So we're going to get rid of it. Down into the yellow, keep it wet, and get up to the yellow. Use that area, and then back to the green, and back to the yellow. There, until we've got a blend. Always end with the lightest color. So it doesn't look as good as it does on a small eye, but okay. Keeping it wet, going with the yellow now. And keep, am I on screen? Thank goodness. Okay, so this one came down a lot nicer. Yeah, that one's a lot nicer. That side now. I want to get rid of these up here, so I'll just do the eye one more time up here. There. Might try just a little bit more yellow on this one. Okay, this is as good as we're going to get. This side turned out really nice. I'm going to let them dry. Alrighty, so that rest of it I'm just going to leave white. I went out of the line a tiny little bit there, and because that's the white of her eye, I don't want that to be like that. Where is my colorless blender? Here it is. So, yeah, some people don't know this, but the colorless blender of an alcohol marker is an eraser. Darker colors are harder to take out, and it's best to do them when they're as wet as possible, so that's not coming out very well, but at least I gave it a try. Okay, so now I'm not going to match her to her eye, because I don't know about you, but I don't wear clothes to match my eyes. Maybe my hair, if I have my hair dyed a funky color, but not my eyes. Okay, so this dress, it's got black polka dots down there, so we might as well continue the black polka dots, but maybe we'll color her pink. Thinking like a bright pink, and oh no, let's do red and black dots. Oh yes, like that. So what is 4 like? I'm going to look on my swatch sheet. I have them swatched here. This is the 170. Well, they call it the 173 set, but it's really 2 because it's blah 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 blah. 172 because, and a blender. So number 4. That's good enough. thread. So, she's tiny, so I'm going to be using the bullet nib here. I usually use the brush. Now, I'm gonna color in those dots black, and because I'm putting down a lighter color, I don't have to worry about going around them. I'll just cover them up, and we will fill them in black afterwards. So I read one more book since the last time I talked. I don't pay attention to who the author is these days. I know it's sad, but so the book was called The Wife Between Us, and it was a psychological thriller. Those are mainly the only types of books that I read at present time. And it was really good. It was about a woman whose husband had left her for another woman, and she thinks he's a replacement, and she's obsessed with him. But she keeps referring to some big event that happened and how she was to blame also, but we never get to know about this until much later in the book. So there's a humongous twist in at the beginning of part 2. There's just a humongous twist, which is fantastic. And then the story goes along, and it's really good. Only thing I didn't like was the final ending, because the author threw together about 5 more twists at the end, and it was like a tennis court. You were going one way, and then we had a twist and we went the other way, and then we had a twist and we went the other way. And it was too much. It was like, whoa, stop. Because it got to the point where there were so many twists that I was rolling my eyes at them. But it is a good book. So it's worth reading if you like that type of thing and need a book. It's called The Wife Between Us. And I am binge watching a new show since last time I talked to you too. And it is called Fortitude, and it is a joint UK and Denmark, I believe, production, because it takes place in a part of the Arctic which is owned by Denmark. So it takes place way up in the Arctic Circle. I would assume closer to Denmark, or closer to Scandinavia than Canada, because Canada owns most of the Arctic. Well, that's not true. I guess Russia does too, but on this side. I just have to take a drink. My Dr. Pepper, it came back in. They were out of stock of Dr. Pepper for like a whole week. And let's open the other one and get it ready. Alright, so I'm going to put black now. We'll do the lace. Yeah, so I'm watching Fortitude, and it takes place up in the Arctic, and it is a crime mystery thriller with a sci-fi twist to it. So it's really good. They start off with a regular crime being committed, and then things turn out to not be exactly natural, what's going on, not human. And it has two seasons and then 4 episodes for season 3, so I'm hoping season 3 will wrap up the story and not that it was canceled and it leaves us hanging. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of Stranger Things, not in the storyline or anything, but how the supernatural is woven into the normal everyday life. And it's how binge-worthy it is. So later on today, I'll probably get back into bed because I don't want to be up too much today. I was in bed for the last 2 days with horrific pain. But I think I already said that, so enough said about that. That's a really big chair. Now, should she have black ballet shoes and bow tie too? Oh no, I'm going to give her red ballet shoes and a black tie. Just nice, sweet, simple. So the only thing that's opened up here in Ontario is stores which open up onto street level or parking lot are allowed to be open in the sense that they will take online orders and do curbside delivery or pickup. Okay, so what color are we going to do the chair? Well, I'm going to get some brown. Is it a brown? A wood chair or a metal chair? Let's do kind of a neutral-ish color. Maybe a deep blue, peacock green. That's kind of a bluish green. I don't know. I think maybe we should just go with brown, and maybe I'll do a blue seat for her. Okay, so let's go with number 97, rose beige. 97, rose beige. Where are you? Okay. There it is. So I have everything sorted in my bag here so that all the same color families are together. Now, it's hard to tell if that is an open square. It doesn't really look like it to me. It looks like it's got a panel. Let's see if it's open. Color it and see what that looks like. So yeah, and the other thing is that they've allowed golf courses and marinas to prepare themselves for the season, but they're not open to the public. So our premier is doing a really, really good job managing managing this and keeping us safe. I have to say, I've become more impressed by him over this than not that I didn't like him to begin with. I voted for him. He's my political party. Well, I didn't actually vote for him because we can't vote for a not prime minister. Oh, you know what? I really don't know how politics works, so I shouldn't be talking to you about it because it'll just be a bunch of hogwash. I always have to get my husband to explain politics to me. That and banking. So, yes, I'll just say so that if you don't come from a constitutional monarchy system, a constitutional parliament like we do, our premier, or they call MP, member of parliament, is the equivalent to, if you're a state's system, it's equivalent to a governor. So I'm not all, I mean, it's all nice and everything out, and you kind of feel like things should be back to normal, but I really think it's too early to have everybody just roaming around again. So I think that it should be done quite slowly. You know, I'm just looking for peacock green. There it is. So I'm using 61 peacock green. I'm going to color the cushion on the chair. And then I forgot her shoes, so we'll go back and do those. This one's a little bit scratchy. Let me just break it off on a piece of scrap paper there. That's better. Must have just had a piece of a nicky spot, I guess, on the nib. So this, everybody in this house is desperately suffering from COVID hair. My husband, oh my gosh, like he has his hair cut short. He's always had it short, but I mean not buzz cut short, but above the neckline and, you know, above the ears, tidy like that. And his hair has grown so long. There's a picture of him when he was 18 or 19, and his hair looks exactly like it did then, and that would be like the mid-70s. So yeah, he's definitely got a 70s do on him. When I saw him the other day, and he just finished combing his hair, I said, well, you look like you're all ready to walk down to the pool hall and play yourself a good game of pinball. So I'm taking my red again, 4, vivid red. I don't think I told you that last time. And we're going to do the ballet shoes. And color those in. Okay, so now the curtain. I always feel that, like on Broadway, not on Broadway, but this is like a burlesque stage. I always imagine them with deep red or deep purple velvet curtains. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, I can't make them feel like velvet. I wish there was. I wish there was a marker that gave texture. It poured out texture so that, you know, you could have like flocking. A marker that would do flocking to your paper. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can do flocking to paper using an iron and some special flocking material, but I would like to have a marker that did that. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, don't think I have a purple deep enough. Yeah, I think you can pretty much see everything except for that, which we'll get to. So, I'm so excited about this, I forgot one of the shoes. Oh dear. My head is thinking in a million different places. That's the way my brain is normally. It's always on. So yeah, I've got, you know, some dark blue purples. And I got a few red purples here, but they're not deep enough. I'll go over here. No, just this one here, which isn't deep. Oh, there's that one. 283. I don't think I've ever even used that one. Okay, so whoa, that is good and rich. Now, you're not going to have this color if you don't have the whole 172 set, but it is 283 peony deep. Now, if I couldn't have found this purple, I was going to use number 1 wine red. So if you're following along with me and don't have the big set, then use number 1 your wine red, and you'll get a nice deep red purple. A nice deep red. Alright, so let's start at the top of these guys. Maybe over a bit. And I don't think I'm going to do anything in the middle here. Because really I don't feel it needs it. This is like the frame of the picture. Look at that. Isn't that a deep red? This is the first time I've used this one. Of course, I've only had this set of markers for just over a month. Hey, I got a book last week, or I should say 3 books last week, in from an order that I placed in March. And it was an order for 4 books. And they were coming from overseas. And like about 2 weeks after I ordered them, I received 1 book in the mail, in an envelope. And I'm like, well, where's the other 3? And I contact them and they say, you know, I got 1. My order was for 4 books. And they said the other 3 have been mailed together. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's going to make them more of a parcel than just an envelope. And so, you know, they told me how long to wait until May 5th, which was a long time away from when I was ordering them in March. So I started getting pretty anxious about them. Are we on? No, sorry. I hate it when that happens. So I started getting pretty anxious about them arriving because, you know, I wanted the books really bad. And I contacted them again, and I did all my contacting through the Amazon tabs or buttons, whatever you want to call it, so that all the information would be recorded, and at the end they'd have to give me a refund if they didn't arrive. It's really easy getting a refund on Amazon. At least I've always had good experience with it. Not that I've had too many returns. I don't return something unless it... Well, I guess I should be talking about refunds. Yeah, I very rarely have such a problem that I need to ask for a refund. Are you seeing all that? Yes, you are. So yeah, May 5th came and went, and I asked them. Well, then a new button showed up. It was the refund button. So I clicked that, but I said I wasn't wanting a refund. I wanted to know when my stuff had shipped because it had not arrived. And they told me to wait 2 to 3 more weeks. And I'm like, oh. So anyways, I was willing to wait the extra time because I knew I wouldn't be losing my money because I'd used the Amazon system to do all my contacting with them. And a week later, or last week, they arrived. I was so happy. When it came, I was like clueless as to what it was. Because I'm like, I haven't ordered anything from overseas. What is this? And yeah, it was those 3 books. Those were the Rita Berman ones. So I ordered 4 of her 6 books. The ones I didn't order were winter and fall. Since we're far away from those seasons, I can order those 2 separately. Okay, now, why is the stage all wavy? Like that. Making it look like water when it's wavy like that. Strange. But it's the stage, so we will color it a darker brown. I'll just be realistic here. Raw umber is good. Whoops. Mahogany. Natural oak. Oh, that's very dark. I don't want that. Burnt orange. I can't even read my own writing here. Okay, let's go with chestnut brown. No, that's too dark. I want them to be more like... Okay, let's go with mahogany. Mahogany is number 95. Do I have it out already? No. Okay. Where is it? Maybe it's 96. Okay, yeah, it is. It's 96. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I wrote a 5 and then tried to change it into a 6. Okay, so it is number 96 and it is mahogany. That's a dark brown. So let's get the chisel side here. And just a word of encouragement about the chisel tips. I know a lot of people hate them and say that they'll never use them. Well, I was like that. You know, I said, absolutely not. Am I going to use those chisels? And, you know, I dissed them in every way I could, and I got my Copics, which don't have chisels. Oh, yes, they do. What am I saying? But they have that brush, so, I mean, I love the brush. But anyways, it was only this year that I have turned to the chisel tip. I just got tired of coloring big spaces with the little bullet tip that I would turn it around and I would mess with it and I would not like using it and I'd go back to the bullet tip. and then after a while I'd be tired of coloring the big space, so I'd go back to the chisel tip. And then one day I was just automatically using the chisel tips, and that's kind of like how I am now. Because you can get right into fine corners with the tip of it. You just got to, it's not even really having to learn to do it, it's just becoming comfortable. And you can only become comfortable using it by using it. So, if you're kind of new to alcohol markers, or you're one of those people who, like me, just hated it with a passion, give it a try. Do a little bit here and there every time you color, and see if you don't start to like it. When I'm using the chisel tip, I very rarely switch over to the bullet. Now, I'm not really caring if this is, if there are any kind of like streaks or marks in this, because it'll look like fading on the wood, which the wood would be pretty worn away from all the trampling that would be done on it. And then we are going to have fun with this jar of eyes, I tell ya. So in a couple of minutes I'm going to have to go scoot over on my chair to my table that has all my embellishment pens on it, because that's where we are. I can't believe that we are going to color this whole thing. I have never colored a whole picture in a video. Now, can you see that? Yeah, okay. So you can see everything up to halfway through her eye. So I think this is a really cute picture. So my buddy picked the book, and she picked a picture, and then she emailed me back and said she'd changed her mind, and told me to pick a picture, and this is the one I've been dying to do for ages. So I said this, and she was good with that, and she got hers done, lickety-split, and here I am. Now, what color should that be? I'm going to use a color I have here. Green? Sure, why not? It's a see-through green, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's a little deal. Well, I'll go over the letters so that they look like I wrote them on. Anyways. Yeah, it's so much easier to do a circle with the chisel tip. Alright, so now we're going to have to get our black out and color in those pupils on these eyes. Okay, so those are the pupils. Now let's do some eyes. Well, let's do a couple of brown. That one's a brown eye. Well, maybe I'll just do one. There's only 5 here. And we'll do a green eye. And we'll do a yellow eye, just using the colors that I have out here. Not gonna matter too much. A red eye. And a purple eye. There, so that's all the colored parts, I think. Now I'm just gonna scoot over and get my embellishment. Okay, I'm back. This is what I've got. So these are all my Sparkle Pops and my Decorez. Decorez. I can't roll my R's. Never could in French class. Okay, and the Sparkle Pops. Just take everybody out. Okay. So, let's get her back and start from the top and go down. Am I going to thicken those eyelashes? Don't think so, because then I won't be able to see that she has skin back there. Okay, so these spirals. I think I'm going to have to... Should I go over them? Okay, I think maybe I will with the pastel purple. Okay, so these right here, I'm going to hold, where is it? I think you can see the writing on there. It says, oh no wait, I need to roll it. There we go. There, you can see it. It says Decorez. This is by Sakura. And there's two types, and I have them both here. And this is a white barrel, and on the top of the lid it has the color. These white barrels are all pastel shades, and they are opaque. So I use these to cover up black lines. I've got them all here, so those are the colors there are. Plus there's a white, but I keep that with my whites. It's over here. Oh, here it is. Here's my white. Oops, sorry, I forgot one. This one, there's green too. Sorry, I can't keep in the camera. It's a weird angle. Okay, so I'm going to cover these up, I think, with the purple. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that looks good. So I will do these as we work down the page. So I'll start with the top ones until we get somewhere that I'm gonna embellish. So here we have almost done it. So I'm gonna let this go to over an hour, though we're still at 49 minutes. So I think I'll go this low, and then I'll go this low on the other side. When I did mixed media art, I had this phase where I was so into spirals that I just put put them on everything, and especially gold ones. I kind of was going for a Gustav Klimt look, though not on purpose, because see, the thing is I had never heard of Gustav Klimt or ever seen his work. Once I heard about him and started looking at his work, it was new to me. I hadn't seen it. But anyways, I was doing mixed media and belonged to the I guess it was the, what were they, Yahoo groups or something, or there was bulletin boards or whatever there was back then in the early 2000s. And so I started using my spirals because I just kind of got addicted to them, putting them in my work here and there. And I did this picture, which I absolutely adore. It's a collaged image that I cut out from a book or a magazine or something of some kind of Buddhist, like it's drawn, like hand drawn and colored, Buddhist type person kneeling and having their arms raised up, I think, or are they in the yoga position? I don't know, but it's a very Zen position. I haven't looked at the picture in ages. It's in my portfolio. Alright, so am I going to do anything? Oh, yeah, I am. I'm going to take red. And which am I going to use? I'm going to use my Decorez red. No. Oh, let's just check and see which I like better for this. Okay. So the Decorez black, it says Decorez on it too. There, I think you can see it. Whatever. These are the black barreled ones, and they are glitter, and they are like gem tones. So I have the whole set here, and this is where the black is. The black is one of these colors. This one right here is black. So you get the black in this set and the white in the pastels set. And yeah, they're by Sakura. They are sadly, they are not mentioned much out there. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I wanted red. Okay, so where's my Big Intensity red? I mean my, Big Intensity. Sparkle Pop red. I guess I don't have one. I just have this black that looks red. I don't want to use that. I like using this for the lips of vampires and stuff. Okay, so hopefully when I use this you can see how sparkly it is. But I'm gonna mess around with these things here. I'm gonna like have her look kind of like bloodshot eyes. Because, I mean, can you imagine the pollen and everything that would get into this eye? So yeah, it's not really showing up as sparkly. Because these are they're as vibrant as the Sparkle Pops. It's just that they're made out of a different consistency. It's a thick gel, and they don't glitter until they're dry. Okay, I like that. So let's make her bow tie sparkle too. So I'll use this black on it, and I'm just going to go over it and color it, because this is going to look red when we do. But it'll be a really dark red that kind of looks black when you tilt it. Yeah, I guess these are the same. Maybe they are the same consistency, because these are a fluid gel, and so are the Decorez, except the Decorez is thicker stuff than these Pentel ones. Other than that, they're the same. Okay, now her hands are folded in such a way that she doesn't have nails. So I'm going to use white to go over that, so it's time to finish up the spirals. Yikes, I'm going to have a hard time with that one. So our dryer broke. The, don't know what it's called, but it's the lint holder thing that that goes in. You know, you push it in when you start your wash and your drying, and when you're finished you pull it out and you scrape off all the lint that it collected. So it's that kind of thing. It's like totally bent out of shape, and that's because my husband, when he does laundry, it's just always uses his strength when he shouldn't. But anyways, it's totally broken now. Our dryer won't catch any lint, and the clothes don't get dry. So so anyways, yesterday we had to go to the laundromat, or at least my husband did. And he was okay about it, but we had a big load of clothing that needed to be done. So I get up really early in the morning, so I started at like 7. But then I forgot I can't take the washer out. I can't take the clothes out of the washer because I have a top loader and my back just won't let me reach in there. And besides, I need to like stand on a stool to be able to reach the clothes. And I always feel like I'm going to fall in anyways. Oh dear. So I waited until 9 and I woke up my husband and I said, sorry to wake you up, but I need you to get the clothes out of the washer for me so I had 2 more loads to do. So he did, and he helped me with the other load to take it out too. So I got all the laundry done. Now I'm going to go over these words with white. Or should I not? Do they stand out enough, do you think? Okay, let's do the eyes first because I'm going to be using a lot of this for the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to make it transparent, and I'm going to take away all the black lines on this except for the lid, which I forgot to color. So let's color the lid first. What color are lids? No, can't be purple. How about a red lid? I don't know what color the lid is on jars of eyes. And I wonder what exactly she does with these eyes, because they are a lot smaller than her eye. I don't know. I think watching her show would be quite interesting. Okay, so now we're going to make the jar transparent by covering up the black lines. So I am in love with this Deborah pen, but you can just grab any white gel pen or a Posca, or even that ink that some people use with a paintbrush. I'd like to try that actually. I think I've tried every single brand of white gel pen that people have said is good. And my second favorite after this Deborah, there we are, I said it right, is the Uni Signo Broad. So I feel like I have to be quiet or else I won't cover the lines. So I have to be careful not to go over the pupils. The pupils. Pupil. Oh dear. The real me is coming out. I just kind of feel like I'm sat here talking to myself. Yeah, it feels good to actually finish a page. Don't know, how would you guys feel about me taking a page and taking 2 parts to color it so that I do finish it on? Now I'm going to go around the sign as well. The label, I guess you'd call it. Oops, I forgot a little bit right there. And I'm going to keep the letters black. But there we go. So now it looks like it's transparent, and I don't want to put the white over there on those letters because it's just too much. Unless I want to put, like, say, a green. No. They stand out fine. I think I'm done, guys. Can you see anything else that I need to do? Oh, we could make her have shiny red shoes. Let's do that. Well, I guess the only red I have is that black one. And I don't want her to have black shoes. So, yeah, I don't know what color it'll be on the red. It has to be on a dark color to turn. Yeah, sparkly. Where are my gel pens? Oh, there's the container right there. It's on my cart, which is right here. Alright, let's just get a red. There we go. This is a Tan Mitt gel pen. Glitter gel pen. We're going to go over her ballet shoes with glitter. So now she's got Dorothy of Oz shoes. I have a pair of red shoes that sparkle, and I was wearing them on the plane. They just have a tiny little heel on them, you know, like they're a pump, and they're sparkly red. And I was wearing them on the plane coming home from Alberta, and as I was getting off the plane, here I come to the Hamilton airport, and you get off the plane right on the ground level. So I was walking down the stairs off of the plane, and there was two men at the end who were just, you know, watching, making sure we were all okay and stuff. And I start walking down the stairs, and one of the guys goes, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home." And he starts going, you know, "I love your shoes." And I'm like, yeah, I never thought of that. So I always think of Dorothy's shoes as being silver because that's what color they are in the book. And I'm a Wizard of Oz fan. All right, so now I am rambling. So this is our finished picture. Let me zoom out a little bit. And I know it's the lighting is a little weird in here because it's just one of those days. So there we go, and there she is. And she is all done. I'm happy with her. I just got to put the stamp on, and then I can go show my partner. And I'll tell you more about that when we look at my finished pages at the end of the month. So, if you stayed this long with me, I thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and thank you for keeping me company. Yeah, I love you guys. You're the ones that are making my channel almost be at 2,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? I'm at 1.9 right now. It's just unbelievable. So, that's it. In the meantime, until next time, bye-bye.